2 of our study lesson this quarter, the second chances, the book of Joshua. Our theme for this week is Surprised by Grace, which will focus majorly on the book of Joshua chapter number 2. Our memory text being from the book of Hebrews chapter 11 verses 31. In this week's lesson study, we shall look at two of the most fascinating stories in the book of Joshua and discover their relevance in our faith in day-to-day life. The first story being of that Rahab the harlot, and the other one being of the Gibeonites. Remember in Joshua chapter number 2, the Israelites had just had a second chance to inherit the promised land Canaan. What a favor from the Heavenly Father, that they shall be granted a second chance to inherit the promised land after their failure in the book of Numbers chapter number 13 and chapter number 14. That second chance is what we refer to as in scriptures grace, and God gives grace sufficiently for all. We find that upon reaching the city of Jericho through the help of Rahab the harlot, the Israelites, the spies that were sent there, bring back a good report. And by bringing back a good report, the Israelites conquer the promised land, and Rahab together with her family, they are saved from the tragedy that was about to befell them. My dear brothers and sisters, have you ever asked yourself, how many times have you repeat the same mistake over and over again, and God still gives you another opportunity, a second chance, and many more, just for you to be right with Him, that you may inherit the promised land that is our heavenly home. Let us look at the story of the Gibeonites also. The Gibeonites, through a deceit, they made an oath with the children of Israel, and by making an oath, the children of Israel discovered later on that they had deceived them. The Gibeonites, upon discovering that they were deceived, they were furious, but the living God kept the Israelites from destroying the Gibeonites. A second chance was granted upon the Gibeonites for them to be made right with God. And we are finding that later on the Gibeonites are being mentioned as people who helped in the rebuilding of the temple in Jerusalem during the time of Nehemiah. What do we learn from the entire lesson of this week, Surprised by Grace? It doesn't matter how much we've gone far away from God. What matters is that we may turn from our wicked ways and come back to Him. And God's grace is sufficient for us all. He will accept us and receive us as His own. Be encouraged with the lesson of this week, and remember to read your copy to gain more insights from the lesson of this week. Have a blessed week.